I sold $10,000 worth of defective products. Here's what happened. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Zach, and if you're new to the channel, learn all the secrets of the e-commerce world simply by subscribing to my channel and hitting that little bell icon so you don't miss anything. And today I am covering the tale of how I sold $10,000 worth of a single defective product and exactly what happened after that. And the reason I'm making this video and the reason why I think this is so important for you to watch is because it puts at ease a lot of concerns that a lot of dropshippers have, because I actually came out way on top at the end of things and not everybody was screwed. So I'm going to tell you how that happened. First of all, what is this product? How did I get so deep into the hole with a single defective product? Well, this is what happened. I was looking for new items to sell on my store, and I did the general method of going deep into AliExpress and finding items that nobody else was selling. So I looked, I was on page maybe like 15 when I found this product. Only had a couple of orders, nobody was drop shipping it. I was like, this is fantastic. This item is brand new. I've never seen anything like it before. People in my niche are going to love it. Okay, and I'm actually gonna say it's a ring. I'm not gonna say the niche that I'm in or the style of it, but it was just a nice little real silver ring, right? It was pretty nice. So I find the item and I'm like, great. I'm gonna just start drop shipping this. We'll see if people buy it. I'll throw up an ad for it. So I throw up a Facebook ad for it, just a general $5 a day PPE. And what do you know? People are eating this up. I get several sales a day off of this one single PPE ad. It's absolutely crazy. And I'm like, wow, this is an item that I really need to start selling like big time. I need to scale this bad boy up. So what do? I go and I find the item off of Alibaba. And again, it's not that popular on there. And I go ahead and look at the supplier. They have good ratings. The product looks really high quality, looks like the same thing that I was drop shipping, so I'm like, awesome. I contact the supplier, I go ahead and get a bulk order of a couple hundred for a price that's about 1/3 of the price I was getting them for on AliExpress. I get the entire shipment in and I just start sending them out. Now here's where I messed up. During this entire time period, I realized that I had never actually quality tested the product, right? If you're selling this many, that is something that you really want to do. Even if you're just drop shipping it, make sure you order the product for yourself so that you can test it out and make sure you're not sending out ridiculously broken products. Luckily, in my case, my products were not ridiculously broken, but they did have some flaws, and I found this out the hard way. So after sending out a couple hundred of these rings, I had some customers email me back, and they were like, hey, some of the stones on the ring, I had little cubic zirconia stones on the ring. They were like, hey, some of the stones are falling out. Help me with this. And I was like, oh wow, this is a problem that I had actually never heard of before. And once this person started sending me stuff, a bunch of other people started coming forward. And now it wasn't a lot of people, but it was enough for me to know that the product that I had was defective. And this product had several different variants, and all of the different variants had the same problem. So I knew that this wasn't just like a one-time design flaw or like the whole batch was bad. No, I learned that the entire product was bad. And now here's the catch, here's the problem. At this point, I had already ordered another bulk order from my supplier for about 500 of these rings, okay? So I was pretty early into this new batch of 500 rings when I started really having these problems and realizing that this ring was pretty defective. And that's bad because I spent a lot of money on this entire batch that my supplier, I had contacted them and I was like, hey, this product is pretty defective, what can you do about this? And they're like, oh, we're so sorry, send it back and we'll give you store credit so that I could buy something else from their store. They weren't willing to give me my money back, and I didn't want anything else that they were selling, so I was like, crap, I guess I'm stuck with this. So what did I do? I lowered the price and I continued selling them. So what I found is that not all of these rings were going to be broken. And they didn't come broken or anything, but they would break and lose stones pretty easily when people were actually wearing them. However, like I said, not every ring did this, and I started testing them myself. They're female rings, but I wore some just around the house for a few days. Totally fine. Some of them were totally fine. Some of them I just like tapped on the ground a little bit and a stone fell out. So it was definitely a design flaw, a lot of inconsistencies there, but I learned that not every ring had this problem. So I still sent them out knowing full well that I had this problem because I was just trying to get rid of this load, right? Start racking up thousands of dollars worth of sales. People absolutely love the ring. However, when people did not like the ring, which was only because it was broken, here's what I did. I was either like, hey, I'm so sorry about this. This is a problem that we're made aware of. We can do two things to deal with this. First, I can send you another ring. No guarantees it'll be the same, it'll be any better, but it might be. I could go ahead and do that for you. Or two, I can go ahead and give you store credit for anything else on the store. Now, both of these options were fantastic, and this is what I recommend you do. The offering to send another ring option was fantastic because it actually did work for most people. When they got the other ring, it actually wasn't defective and they were totally happy with it, and boom, I was just out like $2. No big deal for me, and they're happy. They still got the product they wanted, and in the end, that's really all the customer wants. That's why they buy items that have 2, 3, 4 weeks of shipping time, because they just want the item. And two, the store credit option was awesome because I know everything else on my store was good quality. And when I gave them the store credit, I gave them like $20 worth of store credit. That just gets them like what, $3, $4 worth of product, and they bought this ring for $20, so I'm still making a good $10 profit on them in the end of things, and they get an item they're happy with, and they just think they got a good value, and it totally worked out. And it was at this point that I had reached about the $10,000 mark for selling this single product, and it happened in a very, very short amount of time. It actually kind of scared me, but I was just blown away by the whole process of this, and I thought it was actually going to be much worse for me when I started learning that my products were defective. Now, I got lucky, and this isn't going to count for everybody because not every single one of my products was defective, but there was a very good chance that they were. Now, it wouldn't have been all this successful had I just said to the customer, whatever, and just ignored them. No, I would have gotten chargebacks through credit companies, which would have absolutely destroyed me. Shopify probably would have shut me down, would have lost so much money, and it just would not have come out with me on top. But because I handled the situation so promptly, I never left a customer waiting more than 24 hours. I always made sure that they got their money's worth. If the new ring that I sent them was broken too, I just refund them. This didn't happen a lot, but when it did, I just did it, and I ate the sunken cost because I don't want those chargebacks. But in the end, everybody was happy. A lot of people that did get defective products didn't even email me, which is kind of weird, but see, even when you sell some things that people aren't happy with, they might not want a refund. There's actually a very good chance they don't want to go through the hassle, especially if the item is pretty cheap, so that's a benefit. So here's actually the item right here. As you can, if it'll zoom in, I'm on autofocus right now, so it's gonna focus on my face, but as you can see, it's just this little tiny silver ring. I'm covering up the stone part right there because it shows my niche, but boom, look at that. It's awesome, and I have a couple hundred of these still left. I'm planning on selling them again sometime in the near future. I just don't really want to. I'm still kind of scared and a little turned off by the whole thing, but whatever. So that is my story of how I sold $10,000 worth of defective products and why it actually wasn't that big of a deal. Now, if you're ready to begin your Shopify journey, I have a free 14-day Shopify trial down in the description. Also, if you liked what I said and how I said it, consider hitting that subscribe button. And additionally, check out the videos over there. Those are pretty important, and I think you will like them a lot. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.